Now, also this week, the King met with world leaders at the Blenheim Summit, organised by Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Now, Louise, what was the purpose of the summit and how else did the King contribute?
The purpose of the summit is to really ingratiate the British PM with his European counterparts. It was held at Blenheim Palace, as you say, which itself is a fantastic venue to host this sort of event. Given their history, it was where Sir Winston Churchill, in fact, was born. So it's rich with a great narrative of democracy and sort of great decision-making over the years. And the fact that Zelenskyy was there, the Ukrainian leader, and obviously Charles met with him and had a private meeting with him as well, and you could see the warmth between them. There was some laughter and Zelenskyy sort of patted Charles on the arm, and you can see that that's done amazing work, even more than more recent events, I guess, to really confirm the UK's power and support for the Ukraine. So to see, you know, Charles in that arena with all these European leaders, he really, I mean, they're so thrilled to see him. He seems very easily laughing and chatting with the Greek leaders and the Prime Minister of anyone, any president or any Prime Minister who comes into his orbit is delighted to be with him. So I think Sir Keir Starmer, as we've discussed, would be thrilled to bits to have him there.
Now, still with you, Louise, and last week the King and Queen confirmed their tour to Australia in October. Is it as we expected?
I think to an extent we were expecting a scale down too. I mean, the mere fact that Charles is coming out here with Camilla in a year where he's battling cancer is just outstanding, really. I don't think anyone would mind if he said, look, I might come out in a couple of years or in 5 years, but the fact that he's determined to make this his 17th visit to Australia and get around and see as many people as possible is just fantastic. What we do know is that the tour in Australia will largely centre on New South Wales and the ACT, probably a visit to both Parliament houses in those areas as well. No doubt there'll be plenty of people who will be disappointed they don't get to see him. New Zealand's off the menu, they're not going there, but they are going to Samoa. So whether we'll see him back on Bondi Beach, I don't know. Let's see. We might see him down at Manly as well.
Gemma, now the King and Queen, they're not visiting WA, and then Fergie was meant to come to the WA Writers' Festival being hosted at the same time, and now she's not coming so as not to distract from the royal visit. Bit of a shame for the West Aussies. Coldplay came.
Listen, not everyone likes to come to the Hermit Kingdom, Caro. You know how it goes. I think it's just practical realities. Like it's so isolated, it's so far, and as we know, the King is not well. He is battling cancer. He's not a spring chicken anymore. I think he's doing a great job to come. That flight from London is a punish. I don't care whether you've got your own private jet. It's a darn long way. So I think West Australians, we did get Coldplay, but we didn't get Taylor Swift. So, these things happen.
You win some, you lose some, I suppose. Now, Louise, speaking of winning some, we did get to see Princess Catherine at Wimbledon. She received a standing ovation. Here it is.
And here we are, the appearance of Her Royal Highness.
Such a warm applause. Now, Louise, we understand that's her last appearance before the Royals return from their summer break. Do we know what's next?
Well, what we do know is that you're right, that is her last public engagement before they take a break at their Norfolk home. They have a Norfolk estate where they often do spend summer with their children. And other family members come up to visit them as well. So she does need a break to sort of recuperate and rest and obviously keep her preventative chemotherapy treatment up as well. But looking at that footage, it's just marvellous, isn't it? The way she sort of came into the arena and walked down to her seat, and the way Princess Charlotte looks up at her mother with this pure admiration and love and thinking, Mummy, you're just so brave what you've gone through and the fact you've come here today. And she's so humble about it as well. There's no flicking of the hair or flourish or look at me. It's very much I'm so happy to be here and thank you for making me feel welcome. It was just marvellous to see.
It really was, and it was just so warm. The crowd was just so warm. Now, Gemma, Princess Catherine has also released a statement this week about her treatment. She was quite personal and quite open. What did she have to say?
Well, she was obviously talking about the personal impact that it's had on her and the family, and how much she, really. Is connected to the community who feel like they've been on this journey with her. And the thing that I think, coming back to the first story about the swearing in of the members of parliament, this is the reason why, the monarchy, I think, is in safe hands. This is the reason why the monarchy is in safe hands, because you've got Princess Kate. And if you remember when she first started, I can't remember whether she was dating Prince William or they were first married, but, everyone was clutching their pearls when she wore the same dress twice, or when she opened a door herself. Like, that's not affectation. That's just clearly who she is. And the way she's handled this cancer announcement, and the way that she's been so transparent, so more private than someone like me, who is clearly not the future Queen of England, would be. It just shows that I think she has an incredible relationship with the people of the UK and the rest of us more broadly.
Absolutely. And Louise, there's talk of a paperback version of Spare. It's been 18 months since the original. We understand Harry's looking for content. I've only got about 30 seconds, but can you tell us what's going on?
Yes, so hardback books are the most profitable for publishers. So if there's a bestseller, there's a good chance they may actually make it into a paperback as well. The suggestion that Harry's out there mining for more content, I don't think that behaviour's ever stopped. I think him and Meghan have always been looking for new content, but of course the critical stuff, the health of Charles and the health of Kate, they're nowhere near it. They have no information. So I can't see any updated book containing anything of new value in a way.
Louise Roberts, Gemma Tonini, thank you so much for joining us.